For 2022, it seems that there is no stopping Toyota Motor Philippines from unleashing a brand new model practically every single month. Now what we have here is their latest addition in the fast becoming crowded value MPV/SUV space, the Toyota Veloz 1.5V CVT. Now considering that Toyota already launched the all-new Avanza, plus they still have the Toyota Rush in the lineup, does the addition of this Toyota Veloz make any sense? Well guys, we're here to find out. Let's do this. Hello guys, I'm Reagan and welcome back to another car feature. If you're new to my channel, I want you to click that subscribe button for your regular dose of Philippine automotive content. If you're my subscriber already, well, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. But first, click that like button. Also, special thanks to Toyota Valenzuela for providing the Toyota Veloz 1.5V CVT to do this car feature. If you are within the area and you need any Toyota, head on down here to Toyota Valenzuela and check them out. For any inquiries, you may contact Carlo Cruz in my pinned comment below. So, the Veloz. Now, this used to be the top-of-the-line variant of the Toyota Avanza, but it has now been spun off into its own nameplate. You see, the Veloz is positioned to be more of an SUV-like Avanza, but isn't that the role of the Toyota Rush? And since the Toyota Rush is still being sold here in the Philippines, then this Veloz is just another addition in the fast becoming crowded value MPV/SUV lineup of the giant car maker. Still guys, the Veloz is equipped with more premium amenities, tech features, and safety bits when you compare it to the Toyota Rush, and its asking price also reflects that. You see, this top-spec Toyota Veloz 1.5V CVT has a retail price of 1,225,000 Philippine pesos, which is over 100 grand higher than the Toyota Rush. So why would anybody opt for the Toyota Veloz here if the Toyota Rush is still available? Well guys, one word: refinement. As refined as you can get with the budget Toyota MPV/SUV. You see, the Veloz here is a front-wheel drive layout versus the rear-wheel drive format of the Toyota Rush. Now, the Rush is also built for more rugged applications, hence it has a much more stiffer ride. Now guys, I haven't driven the Toyota Veloz here yet, but I can already tell you that this will be more refined than the Toyota Rush. Now, of course, guys, the Veloz is also head and shoulders taller than the Rush when it comes to its safety bits, its tech features, as well as its premium cabin materials, so you are getting your money's worth. Now, as for the looks, guys, the Veloz shares the same front fascia with the other cross variants or models in Toyota's lineup, like the Corolla Cross or even the RAV4. It gets this distinctive cross front grille here, as well as these full LED lighting units, but this Toyota Veloz does a one-up over, let's say, the Avanza, because this Veloz comes with a set of sequential turn signals. Fancy. The Veloz gets a sportier crossover-like side profile here because it now has these low-profile roof rails, power folding side mirrors with LED turn signals, fender bulges with plastic cladding, and a larger set of 17-inch alloy wheels. Now, the Veloz builds on an already good-looking side profile of the Avanza, but adds a little bit more because it also gets a chrome strip here that starts from the headlight and makes its way all the way down to the lower part of the window sill. Now, as for the mechanical bits of this Veloz, well, it also gets a major upgrade over the Avanza and the Rush because the Veloz now comes with four-wheel disc brakes. Now, as for the suspension bits, well, it's still the same as the Avanza though. We get a MacPherson front suspension and a torsion beam for the back. Now, for the ground clearance, well, it stands the same as the top-spec Avanza G. We get 190 millimeters here of ground clearance. So that tells me, guys, that despite looking like a rugged SUV, well, this Toyota Veloz is more of a soft-roader rather than a hardcore SUV that you can take off-road. Now, that, my friends, is already the role of the Toyota Rush. The rear end of the Veloz moves away from the design of the Avanza's rear end because it now incorporates this actual LED light strip here in the center of the liftgate, which connects the two LED taillights together. Now, this creates an overall premium-looking look for the Veloz rear end. Now, when you pop open the manual liftgate of this thing, you'll see that we get the exact same cargo space as the Toyota Avanza, the new Toyota Avanza. With the third row deployed, we can still put an actual medium-sized luggage here. But if you need more space than that, well, the third row seats easily fold flat to the floor. Great job, Toyota. And by doing so, you can now fit a total of 1, 2, 3, 4 medium-sized luggage. Now, if you're looking for the spare tire of this Toyota Veloz, just like the Avanza, it can be found underneath the car, and what we have here is an actual full-size spare tire. Powering the Veloz is the same engine found in the top-spec Toyota Avanza G. That means we get a 1.5-liter four-cylinder gasoline motor here that pumps out 105 horsepower and 138 newton-meters of torque. Now, power is sent to the front wheels via a Daihatsu-developed DCVT transmission, which combines belts and gears for maximum transmission efficiency. Now, I'm pretty sure some of you guys will be asking me in the comments if this Veloz comes with an underbody cover which helps to protect the underside of the engine. But as I peer into this engine bay, I could see straight to the floor, guys. In fact, if I do this, I could already see my toes. So yes, just like the Raze, the Avanza, well, this Veloz also doesn't come with a cover underneath the engine, which helps protect its underbelly. This top-spec Toyota Veloz V only gets a few changes or difference from the base trim Veloz G. In fact, it only gets two upgrades over the base trim Veloz G. First, we get a larger 9-inch touchscreen infotainment system here that comes with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, plus the image of Toyota's panoramic view monitor, which is Toyota Speak for a 360-degree view camera. Now, the mere fact we get a 9-inch screen here plus all of those tech features is a thumbs up for me. I mean, good job, Toyota. Now, the second change here, guys, over the base trim Veloz G is the fact that we get Toyota's safety sense in this top-spec Veloz V. Now, as you're seeing on your screen, Toyota Safety Sense is a full suite of driver assist aids that will ensure that you and your family will be kept safe inside the Veloz V at all times. Now, the base trim Veloz G doesn't really get that. Now, as for the other materials and amenities here inside the cockpit, it's practically identical to the base trim Veloz G. The seats are a combination of fabric and faux leather here, and they are in a good design. And the steering wheel is also leather wrapped, plus the steering wheel also adjusts for tilt and telescoping, similar to the top-spec Toyota Avanza G. Now, when you move over to the instrument gauge cluster there, the instrument gauges are a fully digital affair, and it shows you all of your vital vehicle information. Now, other niceties found here is a fully automatic climate control system. We've got an engine push start button, so that means we have an actual smart key fob. We also have an electronic parking brake with an auto hold feature and a Qi wireless charging pad, which are all like features that you normally expect to get in higher Toyota models. But we also have that here in the Toyota Veloz. Now, the icing on the cake here, guys, is this Veloz also gets ambient lighting here inside. So that's pretty cool, guys. Now, for the cup holders, well, the cup holders are found right here beside the side AC vents. So, yeah, I have my clean canteen here, although I am not really sure if this will pass. Nope, it doesn't even fit, guys. So, yes, the Toyota Veloz fails my 600 ml clean canteen test. So if you're ordering drinks, you better get like smaller sized drinks. Now, as for the cabin materials used here, well, Toyota did their best to give this Veloz, this Toyota Veloz, with a more premium looking materials, because we do get some off-white trim found here on the middle dashboard, on the inserts of the door cards. In fact, the off-white trim found here on the passenger side is stitched off-white leather, so that is a good touch. It's a soft touch, but the other off-white bits are hard plastics. The dashboard, hard plastics. The door cards also hard plastics, although we do get a center armrest here, and it is padded, as well as elbow rests on the door cards, which are also padded. So yeah, the fact that we get all of these nice premium looking materials and these ambient lighting found here in the Veloz, for some reason makes it feel more upscale than it actually is. The Toyota Veloz gets the famous long sofa mode that we first saw in the Avanza. Now, long sofa mode is a spec where you can connect the second and third row seats to create a lounge area that is perfect for baby making. Now, this is a great spec, especially for people who love to go out car camping, or let's say if the kids would want to squeeze in an extra hour of sleep on their way to school. Now, as for the amenities, guys, well, this Veloz is similarly spec'd as the top-spec Avanza G. We get ceiling-mounted AC vents here. We also have a dome light, and we also have a couple of USB charge ports here at the bottom part, with a solo cup holder here in the center at the back portion of the center armrest up front, which complements the two cup holders found on the door cards here on the second row. Now, as for the absolute space, guys, well, similar to the Avanza, you do get a decent amount of legroom and headroom here, although the width of this vehicle is a bit on the tight side. So yes, putting 3 people here abreast on the second row, it's going to be a bit of a squeeze. Now, as for the third row seats, guys, well, just like the Avanza as well, the third row seats are livable for adults who are around the same height as I am, which is 5'6". If I sat there during the Avanza review video, and I was able to get 3 inches of legroom and 3 inches of headroom, so yes, it is perfectly decent as a 7-seater people mover. The arrival of the Toyota Veloz may seem to be a death blow towards the Toyota Rush, since the Veloz offers more space, kit, and safety over its more rugged sibling. Now, some of you out there might argue with me and tell me that the Toyota Rush is a rear-wheel drive platform, it's a pangharabas SUV, but guys, that's exactly the reason why Toyota Motor Philippines is still offering the Rush as a more rugged option. However, most people who buy these small 7-seater people movers are often after premium bits, tech, comfort, and value for money. So in that regard, the Toyota Veloz V CVT makes a hell of a lot more sense. Now, this, my friends, may be a front-wheel drive SUV, but it's got the right amount of tech, safety, and features to help keep it at the head of the small 7-seater SUV pack. Thanks for watching.